Hey everyone. So this week, this is going to be kind of a test for how would you do it. So May 10th, 1775, the Green Mountain Boys, with others, took Fort Ticonderoga. So May 10th, 2025, the 250th anniversary, we'll see a vignette, a reenactment of you, if you will, of that particular piece of history. It's going to happen at 9 p.m. And if you can't be there in person, you can watch it on YouTube. It'll be live streamed on YouTube. Go to fortticonderoga.org and hit the calendar, and that'll take you to a link directly to the YouTube video. So you can click notify so you'll know when it's happening. This is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you go to the YouTube Fort Ticonderoga channel, you can see other pieces of history that they're putting up about this. There's a train of soldiers coming up from Massachusetts that's been walking their way up for the 250th anniversary. So you can watch what's going on with the history of this particular point in time in this nation. As we know, the Declaration of Independence was 1776, but it didn't happen in a vacuum. There were several pieces of battle and skirmish that occurred prior to that date, and this is one of the first victories for America, the fledgling country that was trying to form as we took Fort Ticonderoga from the British on May 10th, 1775. Which leads me to the how would you do it and what would you bring? So it's tomorrow, as I record this on May 9th. It's going to be 9 p.m. outdoors in Fort Ticonderoga, which is in Ticonderoga, New York, which is off of Lake Champlain. So what would you imagine that you would have to bring to film a vignette of people attacking the fort, attacking being a general phrase? The fort was caught unawares. If you've seen any of the images of the Ethan Allen demanding that the commander surrender the fort, the commander basically was gotten out of bed. So it was a complete surprise to the fort that they were being captured. So less of the bang bang and more of the, hey, we're here and we own this now type of thing. But it's 9 p.m. off of Lake Champlain. So it's upstate New York on the east coast of the United States. 9 p.m. is going to be dark. Now, I'm sure these guys are going to arrive with torches. And for the people that are there, I'm sure there'll be some ambient lighting to help light the scene. But think about, what would you have to bring if, A, you had done this back in 1775? I'll let you keep your modern equipment. But what if you had to do it back in 1775, where the most you were going to have is probably torchlight, and maybe some fireplace light coming through the windows, versus a staged event, which is going to have a grandstand. It's going to be live streamed. It's going to be televised. So you know there's going to be some other lighting that's going to be present. So what would you bring? Personally, I'm going to make sure that I've got my 2.8. I'm going to try to shoot with that as much as possible. I might need to do some zooming and cropping later on, but we'll see how it comes out. Not sure where I have to keep the ISO to give you a feel for the fort itself. If I'm shooting indoors at the fort, I found that I can go down to an 80th of a second, which is, it's reasonable, but it's not the best if anybody's moving too much. I can go to an 80th of a second with an ISO of 1600. So think about that. Got an ISO of 1600, an 80th of a second using a 2.8 lens. So the buildings themselves weren't really big on windows. Okay, there was a window to every room in the fort, at least one window. On the second floor, there were two, one in the front, one in the back. But just having a window with a big, thick stone wall doesn't allow in a lot of lighting. There was no electrical lighting back then, and so we're in the same boat here. Firelight's going to give off some lighting to the room. And when I say I was shooting it at those settings, it was daylight outside. I was not shooting at night. This was daylight. So inside those rooms at night, you can imagine what that's going to require for ISO settings, etc. You're going to have to get into light or you're going to have a lot of grain. So think of what you would use when you're shooting there. And by this time next week, I'll have the pictures ready to post and up. And I'll put some up on the site so that you guys can take a look and see what you think. But I'm not bringing any external lights with me. I'm not bringing any flashes with me. Both of those would be detrimental to the scene. So I'm going to go with what is provided to me by the crews that are there doing the normal filming. So that's what I got for you guys this week. I will talk to you all next week.